going to learn a method called conversion factors. This is a type of dimensional analysis. And so when we're learning this, the goal is not to learn how to be able to calculate pounds from grams. The goal is to learn the method, the tool. So even if on these problems it's really easy to look at and just pick up your calculator and get the answer, that's not our goal. You need to learn how to set these up. This method of setting up problems is going to be used throughout your academic career. So focus on what I'm doing and how I know where to put things and so forth. So this is a really simple problem, so I can show you the parts. I only have, I have two numbers given actually. I have this one and then I have these given as well. And when I start to set one of these up, I always start with a number that's just one number, one unit. So if it wasn't clear, I would start with this number in my first position. Okay, and then I'm going to add, after that, I'm going to add a fraction. And in my fraction, I'm going to put grams down here because I want grams to cancel when I multiply this out. So top and bottom, it'll cancel. I'm going to put the unit that I want up here. So whatever is I want for my answer, it'll be left up there. That's good. And then I'm going to put numbers in here. And I need to make sure that the numbers make it so that the top equals the bottom. In other words, I'm going to use this. I'm going to put 1 pound is equal to 453.6 grams. Okay, and if I use that, now I'm going to multiply through. My grams will cancel, and I'll be left with an answer in pounds. So two things, this part, this fraction that has a top and a bottom, this is what's called a conversion factor. Okay, and then next, I just wanted to point out our significant figures. This number has 3. This 1 is exact. Whenever you see where you have 1 gram equals so many ounces or something like that, the 1 is always exact. The error is in the second number. This has 4 sig figs. So my rule is I'm going to go with the one that has the least. This had 3 sig figs, and so that's why I had to write this with 3 sig figs. This ending 0 counts since a decimal point is shown. Let's show another way to write the same thing, and this is the way most people do, is to set it up using these bars, but understand that that's what it means. This is a fraction, and we're multiplying through the top divided by the bottom. So really when I put this in my calculator, I was doing 500 times 1 divided by 453.6. Again, the grams cancel, and I'm left with pounds, and so that's good. The other thing you watch for, because you're going to have problems that have lots of numbers, and sometimes it's hard to know where to start, and the key is when we start here, the number we put there, if possible, we want a number that has one number, one unit, if possible. And even like something like this, 55 miles per hour, it has 2 units. It has miles and hours. So if possible, I'm not going to start with that. So now we're ready to look at some other examples.